This message is produced by truthfromgod.com, which is one of hundreds of messages that can be read, heard, and watched at truthfromgod.com. The Need For N.E.W.S, published in the Battle Axe, issue 106, November 1976. To be rebaptized in the faith of our glorious heritage. We in America are being completely swamped by a floodtide of propaganda. An example of this is the education system, which offers an endless number of courses covering all subjects from art to religion and science. Yet there is not one course which proclaims the greatness and beauty of the culture. Government has attempted through the Civil War and its policies thereafter to exterminate the and reduce it to a subservient existence. The present government, which oppresses our nation, is thought and intent. Its goal is to enslave the man and to exterminate his spirit of individuality. This power that now possesses Washington dictates to all Americans every detail of their own personal lives. It has usurped the powers not delegated to it by the United States Constitution. Nothing in the Constitution gives the government the power to bust children, or to ban the Bible and prayer from the school, or to force live with other or to make everyone fill out a confession 1040 form every April and send it to its henchman, the IRS, or to divide the states up into regions, or to replace the Republican form of government with a democracy. The abuses of these ruling tyrants are ad infinitum, and if not stopped, will bring about the complete destruction of related peoples. The are in power in our government are anti-culture and anti-Christ. They hate our God and murdered his son 2,000 years ago. The Apostle Paul tells us that it is who killed the Lord Jesus and please not God, and are contrary to all men. 1 Thessalonians 2:14 through 15. These perverters of all truth are still what Jesus Christ declared to them to be in John 8:44, where he told them, "Ye are of your father the devil. The lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it." It is these same who have usurped the control of our government. You've never voted for any of these children of Satan. Notice who they are. Secretary of Treasury, Simon. Secretary of State, Kissinger. Head of Economic Council, Span. Press Secretary, Neeson. President's speechwriter, Friedman. Chairman of Federal Reserve, Burns. President's financial advisor, Admin. Federal Insurance Advisor, Bernstein. Attorney General, Levy. And Vice President Rockefeller tends to often. The names may change, but the remains the same. They will continue to tighten their death grip upon by taking over all government positions of authority and inserting into lesser roles until the whole bureaucracy. Men such as General Edwin Walker, General George Brown, former Vice President Spiro Agnew, and W.J. Fulbright, along with ex-President Richard Nixon, tried to sound the alarm about the absolute control in America just before the axe fell upon their necks. The Jews do not try to hide their anti-culture and anti-Christ feelings, but boast about their hatred of the their even gloat over the ways in which they have attempted the extermination of the which has been either by pitting bloody wars or else through the Karl Marx, the son of a authored the Communist Manifesto, which is identical in scope to religious philosophy, through their two fronts, communism, political, and religious, that have declared an invisible war upon the their current boast is that they will bury us and that the last generation of been born. In order to realize the extreme threat that these are to our, one must begin to think and be aware of the facts that the Jews control the one NAACP, which has always had a at its head, 2, arts, music, and etc., 3, entertainment fields, movies, nightclubs, television, radio, etc., 4, daily press, newspapers, and their wire services, AP and UPI, 5, periodical publishers, magazines, and school textbooks. 6, Federal Reserve, which is a private banking system not owned by the federal government. 7, capital of all industry, and many other arteries through which flows the life's blood of our and nation. It is imperative that a movement be built upon the spirit of now arise to herald forth, protect, and advance the natural law of with the superiority of the hope of the world will be born only out of enlightened by the Spirit of Yahweh. It is this mentality that God has used to bring forth all great humanitarian and scientific advancements. If the is destroyed, all advancement will terminate. Other will regress to the point of non-existence, and the earth will again become a chaos. In order to protect this planet through the prosperity of the News Party has come forth. It is moving to the forefront and becoming the wellsprings which will refresh and feed the vital spirit of the feeding from this fountain. The patriot will again be revived so that he can undertake the great mission of our and bring forth a righteous government of divine law and justice ending the current dictatorial oppression of our press. We are again at the crossroads of whether the world will be ruled by the divinely appointed or ruined by a suicidal polyglot controlled by the. It is the resolution of our order that the world must not be ruined, but that the chosen will lead all to their highest attainment in the planned order of God. It will be our people who will learn the great secrets of the eternal Creator, and with this knowledge be baptized in the sublime spirit of destiny. We are once again building a great fellowship and great social body in order to fill the giant reservoir of. N.E.W.S stands for all that is great and good in our that is built upon the eternal law of Yahweh. The purpose of this exalted order is to guard and maintain the great advancements of our while pushing forward the glorious advancements upon which the world's survival so desperately depends. Only by stirring up the spirit of our will a resurgence of its vitality occur. Must become vibrant again in order to know the ultimate blessing of peace and prosperity. The lost glory of our must be regained, for there are still worlds to conquer and trails to blaze. This is the devout purpose of the N.E.W.S movement.
This message is produced by truthfromgod.com, which is one of hundreds of messages that can be read, heard, and watched at truthfromgod.com.